Using case studies for production, corporate communication. Structures, objectives, and introduction and case studies can raise the issues come alive. How to get case studies material. Three issues. How to turn a goat into an axe. Exam, right? Objectives. Known how to case studies can make the issue come alive. Learn how to get case study material. Describe the three issues of case studies. Introduction. It is often quite difficult to explain complex issues and processes in the abstract, and even when this is possible, it does not have the same power that a real life example has, which shows the circumstances of an actual person and how their life is changed through your work. To give an example, many development organizations promote microcredit where poor people are offered small loans for for projects which improve their livelihood or to help them develop new forms of income generation. The ultimate aim of this program is to lift him out of poverty. In order to show people the impact of this sort of work, is, is much more easily done through an actual example. For example, Butterfly runs a youth bank program where a group of street children administer a fund which can make grants and loans to address their problems and the needs of street children. The program can also have an impact on the problems in uh, in the world in the world around them. There are two interesting concepts here: small grants and the loans making a big impact on the lives of the street children, and a fund where all the decisions are granted and the loans are made by the street children rather than try to explain the butterflies youth bank in general terms. It is much more effective to show the young grant makers at work and to illustrate these examples of grants and loans that they have made. One loan was made to Radhika, a 14 years old street girl, using the shelter facilities provided by the Butterflies Project in Delhi. She received a small loan of rupees 3,700, approximately $75, to set herself up to a street vendor selling eggs and sweets so that she could earn her keep in more satisfactory ways than begging or rack picking, and even start saving for her future. Telling the story of Radhika illustrates the problems that street children face, including how they come to be and on the streets, and show that there are ways of addressing their problems and needs. If the case study can be further illustrated with a photograph, then this becomes a very powerful story which can influence people's thinking on street children, move people to give their support, and even be used at the community level to pursue more people to do something to change the lives of street children. Okay, case study can make okay street children. Within any organizations, there are hundreds of interesting case studies just waiting to come out. The woman who became illiterate and was subsequently elected as a village sarpanch, the widow who had a hectare of dry land and planted a mixture of appropriate crops and managed to feed her family and earn some income, which her neighbors who had better land planted an intensive cash crop which failed when the rains failed that year, and so on. Okay, though case studies can make the issue come alive. Okay, second lines. Case studies can make the issues come alive. Glad in her old school uniform. 10 years old Gomati hides behind a pillar and watches her friends learning their lessons. 2 years ago, she used to study in the same primary school at Gautam Kher. Gautam Kher village, 25 kilometers from the capital of Uttar Pradesh. But nowadays, she stays at home to her to help her mother with household chores. Chore. Sometimes she cannot resist doing her school uniform, a blue frock and white pajamas, and run to her old school to watch classes in progress. Gomati could be the perfect real-life example of UNICEF mascot Meena, the heroine of an animation film series symbolizing the condition of the girl child in South Asia. I love reading books and drawing, but I don't know what will happen. She tells Indo-Asian News Service as some state official arrive in her village. The officials are from the Janshala School Improvement Project run by the state with the help of 5 UN agencies: UNICEF, UNESCO, UNDP, UNFPA, and ILO. The official wants to cajole committee's thought, looking further to send the girl back to school. Like Homati, there are at least 31,560 students in Lucknow who are not studying, and they are mostly girls. The tribal village of Latrotu, about 40 kilometers from the capital of Jharkhand state, had several problems but one solution. Next, the villagers behind believed an elder couple, Lohari Aaron 65, and his wife Sobi 57 were casting the evil eye on them, which curses are their work. On March 10, above raided the couple's house and dragged them to the central meeting place in their village. They were tried to bone a made to eat human extracted by the order of the village someone and then beaten to death. Such assaulted or a way of life in the developed tribal pockets of the state where people lack education and health care facilities. They are puppets in the hands of village shamans. The latter brand are unpopular and often weak villagers who are unable to defend themselves as wished, causing a villager's misfortune. For the misfortunes ranging from ill health to loss of crops and livestock, women and elderly couples bear the brunt of attacks. At times, gullible villagers are incited to whips out entire families. Then again the police say property dispute are the real reason for these. Flake NGO trying to stop witch hunts in estate saying nearly 570 dead were reported between 1991 and 2001. Often such deaths go unreported, especially if they have if they happen in remote interior far from police station. How to get case study material? You should identify interesting case study from your organization. Work and keep them on file for use when they're needed. Tell people stories, interview them where you capture their feelings and ideas in their own words. Make photographs which illustrated what has happened in their lives. Use the case studies to describe the circumstances people find themselves in, to show the process of change at work, and to describe the impact of your work. Getting good case studies material can be done in a very variety of ways. A journalist should be asked to interview people and write about their lives. This is what P. Saina did, so successful in everyday loves a good plot, and more recently John Stackhouse in Out of Poverty, both published by the Penguin India in 1996 and 2000 respectively. The beneficiaries you are working with can be invited to tell their own stories, sharing experience with each other at a workshop. What they say can be tapped or videotaped and then written down. Field workers can be asked to write pen portraits of the people they are working with as a natural part of their work. Senior staff can be sent on field trips and then asked to write a report which includes pen portraits of the individuals they have met. Local people can be provided with cameras and film and asked to record some of the changes taking place. Captions of the photographs can be written when the film is developed. A professional photographs can be brief to documentary a community. Okay, these are the things can we get it. Case study. Three issues. Confidentiality. Sometimes it is important to maintain confidentiality and not disclose the circumstances of an individual or a family in such a way that they can be identified. If this is the case, then a composite portrait can be written using facts and circumstances from different people and a fictitious name for that individual whose circumstances are being described. This is not an actual case study, but a financial portrait that representing a real life situation. You should say that for reasons of confidentiality, we have described yes situations where the individual cannot be recognized. Okay, how to turn a goat into an axe? An axe. So, Arum is a widow who lived in a Baroda area of southern Ethiopia. Barido. Arumi is a widow who lives in the Borida area of southern Ethiopia. 7 years ago, she found herself unable to make both ends meet for herself and her three children. When we started working in her village, she made a decision to apply for a loan under the small animal credit scheme, were very targeting and female-headed households. Using the loan, she was able to purchase a goat. This initially provided the family with milk, but subsequently the goat reproduced and the offsprings were sold to generate an additional income for Aaron. With this profit, Aaron was able to purchase a draught ox, thereby enhancing her capacity to engage in agriculture activities. She is now a proud mother, having met the food and other requirements of her family, with her elder son soon to complete school and go to college. This story was provided by Action for Development, Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, and was illustrated with a picture of Arum belonging with her ox. Aziz was an apron. Okay, another story I'm describing here. Aziz was an apron 3 years ago. At the age of 10, he was sold into slavery by his uncle. After 2 years, working 14 hours a day every day and scarcely ever seeing the daylight, Aziz escaped and arrived in 1996 on the street of Mumbai to join the 15,000 other street children in the city earlier childhood. We first came across Aziz when someone rang someone ranged over 24 hours emergency helpline to tell us he had been beaten up and left for dead lying on the street. We were able to see him through hospital, paying all the bills. Since we were keep in touch. Today, Aziz works for us as a volunteer to evening a week, answering emergency calls from other street children, and we will have also been able to help him with his ambition to become a carpenter. Each year of the children home, we answer over 10,000 calls and we provide emergency assistance to over 1,000 street children, from providing medical assistance and dealing with problems with our police to help them make a contact with their families and even return home with they wish to do so. Child Hope is a unique service, helping some of our most vulnerable children at their time of greatest need. This story was written as an exercise at a communication workshop. Okay. Permission. It is a polite to seek and obtain permission of an individual before describing their circumstance in a case study or a caption photography. If they know that the case study is being used for a good purpose or help more people like them, then there should be no difficulty in getting their permission. Payment. There is a related question as to whether to offer any form of payment either to them or for the benefit of their community. You are using their image and describing their circumstances, and you may even receive payment yourself for doing that. In most circumstances, payment is not really an issue in case there is some commercial benefits being obtained for the story or the photograph, then it might be appropriate to share. This is some way this can be discussed when permission is being sought. Okay, this is the case studies through how to get it done because of this. The using case studies for promoting corporate communication.